Hello, people. I don't even know how to start this time around. Should I be excited or should I just be sober and tell you solemnly how much I have missed you, how much I have missed doing these recordings, how much I've missed sharing knowledge, though, of course, I'm permanently sharing knowledge on a daily basis. I am so glad to be back. And I don't even know how to fill you in, but well, I'll try my best. It has been a very, very tough, say, 3 months for me. In August, I could not record because I had technological challenges, and then life happened, as in, life happened in a big, big way. I lost my dad on the 15th of August, and those who know me fairly well, or anybody who's known me for any length of time, would know that I usually can't talk for too long without mentioning my dad. I'm and I'm an unapologetic daddy's girl, and so losing my dad was just such a big deal for me. Recording went on suspension. So many things went on suspension, but I'm getting my groove back, and here I am. I missed you. I hope you missed me too. And because of all that has happened and all I've been through emotionally, I decided that this month I want to talk about the influence parenting has. I know that this has absolutely nothing to do with my core, but this seems to be the only way I can let you feel my father through me. So I am going to be talking extensively this month about the lessons I learned from my dad's life. You know, many of us who have children, many of us who were born by parents realize that children never really pick up the things you tell them to pick up. Children never really do what you tell them to do. They most likely pick up traits from what they see you do. So I'm going to be sharing tales of how my dad taught me, 7 different things he taught me that has made a difference to my life and made a difference to the way I do business. So we're still going to tie it in with business and money at the end of the day. So today I want to start off by talking about integrity. This month I'm going to be doing a lot of storytelling. Hey, that's my lifestyle anyway. And I'm going to be starting with the story of how my father taught me about integrity. Hmm. Now, in this particular story, I'm going to be very, very vulnerable. But then, hey, pardon me, I'm telling you a story of something that happened when I was like, say, 8 years old. And I know that all my siblings will come and argue that it never happened. But hey, I'm going to tell it the way I remember it anyway. So there was this evening that my mom walked into the kitchen, opened the freezer, brought out a bowl of locust beans. Now, if you're not Nigerian, I don't know how I'm going to begin to explain what that is, but as a Yoruba girl, I can assure you that that is what is called iru. And if nothing else, it's some kind of spice you add to soups to give it a particular flavor. But if nothing else, if it has nothing else going for it, it has a very, very strong smell going for it. So my mom opens that bowl and finds out that a good portion of our Iru is missing, her locust beans. And then, of course, she begins an inquisition. Now, my mom is the no nonsense person who has whips on top of the kitchen window. And the fear of my mom is actually the beginning of wisdom. Thank God she's old now and a bit more mellow, but she was quite the disciplinarian in her day. So she brings out the bowl and then summons a meeting of everybody in the house. What happened to her locust beans? And of course, everybody says nobody did it, you know. So we all started the denying thing. And then she's asking us one on one, and she has found out who the culprit is from just being close enough because Iru has a very strong smell. Unfortunately, I was the culprit, but she didn't even say anything to me. She just waited for my dad to wake up from his afternoon siesta. And then we're all gathering in the living room, and she walks up to him and says, I have started stealing. Now, I mean, that is just such a big deal, you know? And I was taken aback because, I mean, we all denied it. Why is she picking on me? And my dad just looks up and goes, did you take the Iru? And of course, I have to deny it to the last, since I denied it before. I have to stick to my story. So I said no. And he explained to me that it is more painful if I'm lying to him than if I stole the Iru. So he's going to give me one more chance to tell him the truth. And I just felt like, hey, let me just stick to my side of the story and say I didn't do it. So I said I didn't do it. And this incident is the only time on record that I was ever beaten by my dad. He borrowed my mom's slippers and taught me a lesson in integrity. Now, from that time till today, if anybody asks me what I cannot stand, I will tell you without thinking about it twice that it is lying. I would rather you told me the truth and we fixed the issue than you lying to me about anything. And that's because I learned this the hard way. Now, you can ask any of my siblings, if my father beats you, he's as good as death, because that's one person who beats you with his eyes without ever having to say anything at all. You know, you feel such contrition when he looks at you and you right your ways. But in this instance, he actually beats me physically. And it hurts in my heart, not on my body. It hurts in my heart because I was just that spoilt brat, that daddy's girl that he had never raised his hand to deal with before. Now, my siblings will argue with you that they don't think it can ever happen because, hey, daddy would never beat her. But that taught me one lesson that I have not forgotten since, and I cannot forget in my lifetime. And I have spent so much time explaining it to my children and anybody that cares to listen. If you're in the wrong, be wrong boldly, but always tell the truth, because the person you're talking to would appreciate the fact that you're telling the truth more than the wrong you've done. Now, how this applies to business is that because of this, I'm a person of my word. If I'm not going to be able to make it available to you, I'm not going to be able to make it available to you. I'm not going to window dress it. I'm not going to try to get it from somebody else and then tell you one story so that I can inflate the price. If I'm getting it from somebody else, I'll tell you I'm getting it from somebody else. And that's why the price is different. If I'm going to hook you up with somebody else, I'm not going to handle it myself. I will make sure you know upfront, because the damage I would do if I lie to you is much more than the damage I would do if I'm in the wrong. Like, I can't help you, or I'm too busy to do this at this time. So because of this lesson in integrity, I have learned how to handle people better, how to be me and explain myself. And well, maybe I might not be able to provide all justifications, but at least you know where I stand with you, instead of hurting you by window dressing or lying to you. I hope from my story you will learn the importance of integrity in your dealings with other people. That is one thing my dad taught me that I wish I could spread through the world. So if you watch this video and you learn to value your integrity a little bit more, I dare say that my father lives on. So we'll continue from here tomorrow. We'll be talking about something entirely different. See you then. Bye.